Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, geez, even that TV's on. I muted it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park on this Friday, July 23rd. Qualifying action set to get underway in just a moment. 5 qualifying races in total to be contested under sunny skies, a fast track, temperature in the low to mid 20s. Starting gate now, we're rolling for our first qualifier as we have trotters taking their positions. Mostly 2-year-olds here, although we do have a 3-year-old on the outside and a 4-year-old as well. Number 1, Warwi Xenia, is a Walner filly owned by David McDonald, Dale Larson, Bertrand Gillespie stable, and A.K. Malik stable. Trainer Sean Stacy, James McDonald will drive. Number 2, You Never Gonna Get This, is a muscle mass colt owned by Sweetgrass Equestrian. Trainer driver is Sean Stacy. 3 is Vince's Wheeling and Dealing Gelding, owned by Determination, trained by Luke Blay with Bob McClure. 4 is out. 5 is Songwriter K, Encore colt, owned by Winning Key Incorporated. Paul Reed trains. Chris Christopher will drive. 6 is Caduke. Roger Mayotte trains and drives for Owner Breeder Harness Horsepower Incorporated. This is a Cadabra colt. 7, Kryptonite, Gelded Son of Craze, Martin Lachance Racing Share Ownership. Martin Lachance trains and drives. That is a 3-year-old. And number 8 is Magnitude 10, 4-year-old gelding, owned by Calvin Keifer, trained by Terry Gallant. Jody Jamieson drives. Starting gate picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. There goes Kryptonite from the outside. That one off the wings nicely. From the inside, Warwi Xenia to get away in second. Stablemate, You Never Gonna Get This, is in third. Up on the outside, Magnitude 10 will slot in mid-pack. Then we go back to Vince's Wheeling, followed by Songwriter K, and your early trailer is Caduke. They go into the first turn. Kryptonite a little wide there, but straightening things out as Lachance tries to keep him to his task as he comes to the opening quarter, which is up on the board in 28-4. Solid opening quarter there, and as they swing into the backside, they are following Kryptonite. First term breaker was number 5, Songwriter K. Songwriter K jumped it off and made a miscue there at the opening quarter. Up the backstretch they go, and they're following Kryptonite, leader of a length and a half over Warwi Xenia in second. Then in third, You Never Gonna Get This, a break of 2, back to Magnitude 10 in fourth. Tracked fifth by Vince's Wheeling. Sixth up the backside is Caduke, and then we go back to our breaker, Songwriter K. The half is up on the board in 1 minute even. Back down there, 31-1 in the second quarter. Kryptonite leading them into the final turn. Warwi Xenia, that 2-year-old Walner filly, right on the leader's back there, enjoying the 2-hole trip. You Never Gonna Get This is in third. Fourth continues to be Magnitude 10, tracked by Vince's Wheeling, Caduke, and Songwriter K, the trailer. We'll wait and see if there's any movement as they come towards 3 quarters. They're still single file following Kryptonite, the 3-year-old gelding, showing the way past 3 quarters in 1:30-4. So they turn for home. And as they come into the lane, Kryptonite got an easy middle half, and now will try to kick clear. Back in second, Warwi Xenia. You Never Gonna Get This. Magnitude 10 on the outside. Vince's Wheeling is in behind rivals. Caduke and Songwriter K, the trailer. The filly to take a shot now. Warwi Xenia to the outside. Was trying to shoot on by Kryptonite, but Kryptonite's got enough in the tank, and Kryptonite will hold that one at bay to win by a length. Kryptonite over Warwi Xenia. Third went to You Never Gonna Get This over Magnitude 10, followed by Vince's Wheeling, Caduke, and Songwriter K, 1:59-3. Starting gate beginning to move now for our second qualifier. We have 2-year-old pacers here. Couple driver changes. Bob McClure will drive number 1, Guilty of a Good Time. And Sean Stacy will drive number 4, Bet on Beach. Number 1, Guilty of a Good Time, is a Sweet Lou filly, owned and bred by Karen Carroll, trained by Mike Bishop. Bob McClure will drive. 2 is Unity, a He's Watching filly, owned by Jack Darling Stables Limited, also the breeder. Darling trains, Jody Jameson drives. 3, In the Mood, Sunshine Beach filly, owned by Catherine Stacy, Hudson Standardbred Stable. Sean Stacy trains, James McDonald will drive. 4 is Bet on Beach, a Sunshine Beach colt, owned by John Williamson. Williamson trains, Sean Stacy will drive, a $13,000 yearling. 5, Sharky Bear, He's Watching colt, owned, trained, and bred by Kevin Bodds. Chris Christoforou steers. And 6 is Cassini, a Sweet Lou colt, owned by David Wilmot and Clay Horner. They're also the breeders. Tony O'Sullivan trains. Sylvain Filion will do the driving. Field of 6 for our second qualifier. Starting gate into the stretch, rookie pacer is picking up speed, and here they come. They're off and pacing. There goes In the Mood, splitting from the center. Also, a little bit of early speed, flashed by Unity right in behind. And it's a pretty even beginning all across the board here. Bet on Beach, Sharky Bear, far outside Cassini is powering ahead for Filion. And then your early trailer is Guilty of a Good Time. They're going into the first turn, and the leader is In the Mood at the rail. Cassini being pointed towards the front as that colt is up on the outside looking to clear around In the Mood. So they'll be side by side racing through an opening quarter of 29 and 3. Onto the backstretch go the rookies, and after a 29-3 opener, clearing to command is Cassini. Racing second, In the Mood, followed by Unity in third. Fourth is Sharky Bear, and getting putting in some awkward steps there, but somehow keeping it together was Bet on Beach. Nice job there from Sean Stacy to keep that debuter together, and then your trailer is Guilty of a Good Time. Coming back around is In the Mood to reclaim the top spot, so the early leader gets back to the lead through a half of 59 and 3 as they head into the final turn. And after a half of, make that actually 59 and 1, In the Mood is now the leader. Going by 5/8, In the Mood, the Sunshine Beach filly leading it. Racing in second is Cassini. Third is Unity. To the outside now comes Sharky Bear. Then it is Bet on Beach as they race past 3/4. And 3/4 is recorded in 1:29 and 4 off the turn and into the stretch. Cassini is the leader. Trying to open up. The lead is now 3 lengths. Back in second, Cassini. Then racing in third is Unity. On the outside, fourth is Sharky Bear. And Bet on Beach, 16th to go. And it's In the Mood getting away. And In the Mood, the Sunshine Beach filly, a good-looking score. Second consecutive 2-year-old qualifying victory. Second was Cassini. Then it was Unity, followed by Sharky Bear. And Bet on Beach, 157 and 2, a 27 and 3 final quarter for In the Mood. Wings of the starting gate are now open, and the 2-year-old trotters will begin to assemble for our third qualifier today, third of 5. Number 1 is Royalty's Dream, 2-year-old filly by Royalty for Life, owned by John and Susan Clark. Also the breeders, Kieran Morrison trains. Chris Christoforou will drive. Number 2 is Eternal Lee, Southwind Frank filly, owned by Murray Ferguson, who's also the breeder. Julie Walker trains, and it'll be Bob McClure to drive. Number 3, Irish Charm, a Father Patrick filly, owned by David McDonald, Shelley McMillan, Hudson Standardbred Stable, David Reed, Sean Stacey trains, James McDonald drives. 4 is Top Down, an Archangel colt, owned by Natasha Rivet, trainer-driver Sean Stacey. Number 5 is Our Royal Port, Archangel colt, owned and bred by Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Shane Weber trains, Sylvan Filion drives. And 6, Wania, is a wheelin' and dealing colt, owned by Karen Olson Burgess, Clay Horner, David Anderson, and Sterling Fisher. Blair Burgess trains and drives. Number 7 is Scratched. So Bob McClure drives number 2, Eternal Lee. Number 7 is Scratched. We've got a field of 6 for our third qualifier. 2-year-old trotters making their way around the far turn. Starting gate to the top of the stretch. Field of 6. Rookie trotters picking up speed, and here they come. They're off and trotting, and Our Royal Port was fired up and storms out of there the quickest away. Eternally towards the inside between horses is Top Down from the outside. Wania forwardly placed. Irish Charm gets away 5th in the early going, and from the rail, Royalty's Dream, your early trailer. Into the first turn, it's Our Royal Port, the debuting son of Archangel, taking them around the first bend. Everybody else looking to get situated now, as it's Our Royal Port. Racing second, Eternal Lee. Some difficulties there for Top Down. That one goes wide, and the opening quarter was up on the board in 29 and 1. So on to the backstretch, and then following Our Royal Port. In second is Eternal Lee. A break of about 3.5, 4 lengths back to Irish Charm in third. Then in fourth, that is Royalty's Dream, followed by Wania in fifth, and now making a break went Top Down. New leader, Eternal Lee, circles around to the front to take over command from Our Royal Port, the half, 1 minute and 4/5. On to the final turn they go. And off stride in second went Our Royal Port. Our Royal Port off stride just after the half. So around the far turn, your leader is Eternal Lee. In second is Irish Charm. 4 lengths going back to Royalty's Dream, about that same margin back to Wania, who's now picking it up there in fourth. And then it's back to the breakers. As here's Eternal Lee. Past 3/4 in 1:31 and 4. They'll turn for home. Eternal Lee leading it. In second is Irish Charm. Then we go back to Royalty's Dream in third. Wania in fourth. Our Royal Port. And Top Down off stride went Irish Charm in the lane. And that will seal it here for Eternal Lee. Eternal Lee, the Southwind Frank filly, to win it. Second will go to Royalty's Dream. Then third was Irish Charm, Wania fourth, followed by Our Royal Port, and Top Down, 2 minutes and 3/5 for Eternal Lee. Starting gate now, we're rolling for our fourth qualifier. Pacers here. We've got a field of 7. 6 of them are 2-year-olds. The outside starter, a 3-year-old filly. Number 1, Squadron Sealster, sports writer colt, owned by Paul Ritchie, trained by Jim Ritchie. The driver will be Sylvan Filion. 2, Siberian Storm is a He's Watching colt, owned by Jack Darling Stables. Darling trains. Jody Jameson will drive. 3 is Courgeot, Sunshine Beach colt, owned by Catherine Stacy. Hudson Standardbred Stable. Sean Stacy trains. James McDonald will drive. No, the driver there will actually be Clark Stacy. Number 4, Macho Phil is a Shanghai Phil colt. Catherine Stacy and Hudson Standardbred Stable own. Sean Stacy trains. James McDonald drives that one. 5 is Observer. He's Watching colt, owned by Andrea Lee Racing Stables. Dustin Jones trains and drives. 6 is Tango Sealster, a Sunshine Beach colt, owned by Adrian Saunders, trained by Kurt Harper. The driver will be Sylvan Filion. And number 7, I Bet You Did Hanover, is a 3-year-old filly by Captain Treacherous. Chris Nickel owns, Walter Whalen trains, and Michael Whalen will drive. That's your field of 7. For our fourth of 5 qualifiers. Starting gate to the top of the stretch. Pacers picking up speed, and here they come. They're off and pacing, and from the center goes Observer out of there quickly for Jones. At the inside is Squadron Sealster. The lone 3-year-old in the group is coming ahead now for I Bet You Did Hanover and Michael Whalen, as we'll see if they pocket up or just go on to the top. Racing fourth is Macho Phil. Then we go back to Siberian Storm, who got away 5th. 6th into the first turn is Courgeot, and your trailer as they come to the opening quarter. That is Tango Sealster. The opening quarter was 28-3. Snappy opening quarter there. For Observer, I Bet You Did Hanover is in 2nd. 3rd is Squadron Sealster. Then 4th is Macho Phil. 2 lengths going back to Siberian Storm in 5th. 3-length break then to Courgeot in 6th. And then it's probably about 8 or 9 lengths back to the trailer. That is Tango Sealster. The half is up on the board in 57-3. Good opening half here, as your leader continues to be Observer. Observer into the far turn. I Bet You Did Hanover in 2nd. Squadron Sealster 3rd. Macho Phil is 4th. Tracked by Siberian Storm. Courgeot and the trailer continues to be Tango Sealster on to 3/4. And getting a little bit of separation at the front is Observer for Dustin Jones, the 3-year-old filly. Now 2 lengths away. That's I Bet You Did Hanover. 126-4 for 3/4. Off the turn and into the stretch. And it is Observer. I Bet You Did Hanover in 2nd. And racing in 3rd. Squadron Sealster on the outside closing up now. Here comes Macho Phil unleashed, and Macho Phil charges up in the center of the track and takes the lead. Macho Phil coming on to take it. I Bet You Did Hanover tight there for 2nd with Siberian Storm. Then it was Observer 4th, followed by Squadron Sealster 5th, 155-4. Time now for our fifth and final qualifier. And it'll be a field of 3. Looks like we're scratching number 2, flight 146. So your group of 3, Lily GL, a 3-year-old filly by Up the Credit, trained by Dominic Ledoux with James McDonald. 2 is out. 3 is Paula's Bet Hanover, a 3-year-old filly by Betting Line, trained by Walter Whalen with Michael Whalen. And number 4, She's Deadly, a 10-year-old mare, trained by Kara Stacy. Clark Stacy does the driving. Starting gate picking up speed, and here they come. They're off and pacing, and we'll see who comes away with the early command. Getting awfully steppy there is Lily GL. McDonald trying to keep that one together. Paula's Bet Hanover gets the command in the early going. She's Deadly in second, and Lily GL there is in third. To the first turn they go, and they're following Paula's Bet Hanover, that 3-year-old filly. On top by a couple of lengths for Michael Whalen. The opening quarter was paced in 29 and 1. Swinging into the backstretch, Paula's Bet Hanover, a winner of nearly $150,000 last year in her rookie campaign, competed in multiple Grand Circuit events. Finished her year off a runner-up in the Matron. Didn't miss by much in last year. She's a Great Lady. It's Paula's Bet Hanover leading by a couple of lengths. She's Deadly in second, and Lily GL follows from third, going a little smoother now after that bumpy beginning. Paula's Bet Hanover off a 29 and 1 opener, races past the half in 59 and 1. 30 seconds even in the second split. And Paula's Bet Hanover, first time turning in a charted performance since June 8th down at Pocono Downs, returning to Woodbine Mohawk Park here this morning, and she's opened up a half dozen lengths on them. She's Deadly in second. Lily GL is there in third. So Paula's Bet Hanover picking it up in the third quarter and races to that marker in 1:28 and 1. 29 seconds flat in the third quarter. And into the stretch, Paula's Bet Hanover trying to finish it off strong. She's Deadly in second. Lily GL will make a bid to try and move into that second spot, but they're not going to touch Paula's Bet Hanover. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And the betting line filly, Paula's Bet Hanover, will go coast to coast. Battle on for second. Lily GL edging by She's Deadly. So that's how they'll finish. Paula's Bet Hanover stops the clock in 1:56 and 3.